Hello and welcome to another step-by-step how to tie tutorial video. This is the Cardinal. This is the letters C for my A to Z tying series out of my book from Norway. Here's the recipe hanging out back there. I'm tying this on a size 10. This is a Mustad 79580 4X long shanked hook. For a tying thread, I am using a size 75 cents. This is a black waxed thread on the old wooden spool. For a body material, I am using a 4-stranded red silk floss. The tail, red Hackle fibers. The throat will be a red Hackle as well. The wings come from a matched set of red duck feathers. And the ribbing material is a golden tinsel with a little bit of texture on it. Fun to work with. Let's go ahead and remove our sample. And we can secure our hook and our vise. And like all good flies, this will begin with a single wrap of thread. We're going to start that right at right where we want our head to start. Reserve the hook for the head. Trim off our tag end, and we'll continue our thread wraps towards the bend. And we'll park it right there where we will grab our Hackle fibers for our tail section. Take a small clump, match up your tips. Quick pull, and we can line these up. And we'll secure our tail down. We'll continue our thread wraps forward where we can secure our ribbing material. And we're going to tie this in from front to rear, giving us a nice even body thickness. Thread up front again, where we can tie in our silk floss, 4 strands. And we'll tie this in from front to rear. Taking our thread forward. Trim off our tag end. Alright, let's palmer on our red silk floss. Nice, close, slightly overlapping, slightly touching laps. Whatever it takes to get it to come out nice and even. I found that working with silk floss, it really works best to keep it on the spool and in a bobbin. I have dry hands typically, and it can really get a hold of the silk and rip it apart. So keep it on the bobbin, keep it in the spool. Okay, got that up front. I'll go ahead and secure this down. Excellent. All right, we'll do our counter wraps with our gold tinsel. This will add a touch of elegance to it, and it'll help secure that silk floss down, adding an added layer of protection for it. The nice, evenly spaced ribbing, open spiral. Taking this all the way forward. And what's really critical is getting some nice, tight thread wraps to lock this down. Otherwise, your first ribbing up front here will come loose. There we go. Let's trim off our tag end there using an old pair of scissors on the metallic materials. Check your watches, it's hackle time. Trim off the butt section of that just to get it out of the way. But we're going to tie this in by the tip. Kind of a reverse hackle style. This is nice and webby. Trim off that tip. Grab our hackle pliers, grab that stem right there in the middle. And we're going to palmer this on, nice close touching wraps. And we're going to end up going over all of this material again, folding it down so it doesn't stick out perpendicular to the body. Come in and trim off the remainder of that stem. I'm going to fold all this material back, compress it down, and fold it down. This kind of gives it a little flare. And it looks good. Alright, let's go ahead and start with our wings. And we'll start off with the far side of the hook. We're going to marry these up. First we got to cut them off of the stem. Just like that. I set that off to the side where we're going to take the near side of the hook and we're going to trim off a very similar size section of material, trim that off, and just carefully separate. Now I have the two sides. I match the insides together and match up the tips. Now the butt sections are just a little uneven, but that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the tips. I'm going to have those flare up and off of the body. Give my thread a couple of counter anti-clockwise spins. And we'll tie down those wings. Give it a quick inspection to make sure everything's kind of sitting properly. Once we're satisfied with that, we can secure this down just a little bit more and trim off the butt sections. I find it's easiest to just come in and do one side at a time. Alright, we'll build our head up front, securing the rest of that wing material down. Here we go, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and give this the old 1, 2, 3 whip finish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We'll trim off our tying thread nice and close. Now we're going to come in with a little bit of insurance policy. That's right. A little bit of the secret sauce, some good old Sally Hansen's. And we'll just give it a little touch here on the head. And we'll make sure we get it nice and even with the bodkin. One little drop underneath. Excellent. All right, there you have it. And if you happen to accidentally get a little bit of head cement in the eye of your hook, using your bodkin is a waste of time. So come in with another hackle. What you can do is just run that right through the eye of the hook, and that'll soak up anything else that's in there. Little tip there at the end of this video. All right, there it is, folks. C is for Cardinal. Thank you for watching. Happy tying. And with the red one here, definitely, oh so definitely, tight lines.